on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking with the one and only trucker Jukebox about his success with RST, Riverside Transportation, and why he would say that RST is the place to be. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you can talk to me. You can talk to the camera.
We want to make sure they can hear us.
Oh, I'm sure they can hear us. So, refresh my memory. You've been here for a little over 2 years?
Yeah,
Right?
May 2019.
Yeah.
That's when I came over.
So, just over 2 years he's been with our company. Now, I know that you're a veteran, and you've been driving for how many years?
27.
So you've been in the game for everything, for the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows.
Yes, sir.
And then over again, you know.
Yes, sir.
So I would like to know your honest opinion about your experience with our company versus every other company you've been with, as far as home time, as far as money, as far as the people in the office that are, you know. I want you just tell your story.
Well, I don't know really where to start, except for if you like being solo, if you like not being nitpicked or always getting that phone call or really somebody telling you what you have to do, what you can't do, or this is the place to be, because you don't get that here.
Not anybody really hanging over your shoulders.
No, I mean you're truly you're dealt with in a respectful way that they consider you a professional driver. What you do, so you don't get the companies that I worked for before in the past. Back in the early days, we had the regular Qualcomm and the paper logbooks and all this. You know, you drive. I think back then it was a 10-hour day and 8-hour break. And Lord knows if you drove that 10 hours and then you got to take that break, you always got this, why are you stopping? We don't have time for that. Can't stop.
Yeah, yeah.
The day of that is past.
That's a good point. So tell everybody, if, for instance, you've been in this, I've been in this situation. If you're ever in a situation where, let's just use weather for instance, and the weather's bad and you don't feel comfortable driving, what happened in your situation?
You're truly the captain of your seat here.
Yeah.
Because if you tell them, don't lie. But if you think that not who cares if 5 other drivers can get through, but if you don't think you can get through as a professional driver, you are the actual captain of your seat. And you tell them, I don't feel safe doing it, you're not going to get knocked for not going.
Right.
They'll support you. So
I've experienced where companies have been like, hey, are you going to get this load there? I know the weather is just, too bad. Well, when are you thinking, this and that? And that's one thing that I like to pride about our company is, you couldn't have said it any better. You're the captain of your own ship.
You are the captain of your own ship. I mean, this is an interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's pros and there's cons of working for RST. Like any other company you work for.
Spin it.
But if you don't like to be nagged, this is the best company you can be at. If you, I have to tell you right up front though, I've worked with a whole lot of, I don't know if you want to call them bosses or not, because in the trucking, the dispatcher was always the boss.
Right, because he would be the only one that you had to talk to.
So talking to somebody that actually owned a company, that wasn't called for. I mean, it never happened. Like when I drove for Harvey Gainey, you're not going to find him.
Right.
J.B. Hunt, when I drove for J.B. Hunt, you're not going to find the CEO. You had to go directly through dispatch. It's kind of different here. I don't go through dispatch, but you go through the owner, Chris, RST. Now, he's a very, very busy man, so I want to be fair with this. It is hard to get him, but...
Well, that's all going to be changing soon. Stay tuned for that. Well, yes, you're right.
But right now, it's hard to get him. See, you get me off my train of thought here. That you should never do that.
10 lashings for me, please.
There was another thing I was going to try to say with that. But he's a very busy man. He's got, okay, he's a hard man to get, but yet I got his phone number. I guess that's what I'm looking for.
That's a good point.
So you can try to call. You can always leave a message. You can always give him a text.
Any time of the day, too.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be wise to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning and ask
Only if it was for an emergency.
you know, for a stupid question. But I guess what I'm trying to say is RST is 50 trucks big, but it's more of a family net than it is more of a corporate. With JB Hunt, I was a number. I still remember it today, BEEL 10285. That was my number. So anytime I called dispatch, I had to give that whole number. Because if I said, hello, how you do? Who are you now? So I would give them that number. Oh, you're Larry. Yep, I'm Larry. I still get in that habit, like when I call Prime Dispatch. This is Larry, I drive tractor A8037. I do that because I figure he's got so many drivers.
Yeah,
But Dylan actually said, I know your voice by now.
Yeah,
you don't have to tell me, but that's out of habit, you know.
That's one great thing. I mean, with our dispatcher at Prime, he handles our entire company, and he will recognize your voice. Right. You know, now maybe the nighttime dispatch or weekend dispatch, you know, hey, I don't know who you are, give me your truck number, sure, no problem. But they still treat you like your family. You're not just, hey, when are you going to get that load there? Hey, what's going on? Hey, why aren't you rolling yet? Hey. And that's one thing that I always pride our company about, you know, and when I talk to drivers that are interested in this company, they don't have to have that person over your shoulder type mentality.
No, I mean, you're truly, well, they respect that you know what you're doing with the truck. They respect that you know what you're doing. That you're going to be on time. And to clear everything up, because I used to get this a lot on my videos. Do you drive for Prime or do you work for Prime? I don't work for Prime. I work for RST. But RST is a power company only. So there's what? Prime, you got Carlisle, you got
we have
Amazon.
6 different companies that we're power only for. We have Prime, Wilson Logistics, Carlisle, Amazon, R-Tour, and now Uber Freight.
See?
So that's 6 different companies that we have the ability to pull freight for.
And what's nice about working here, I've experienced this. I pull for Prime. I pull Prime trailer. But when I was having an issue with Prime, instead of really going to Prime about this, because I don't work for Prime, I went with RST, and they were actually able, or they were going to actually let me go to a different carrier to pull if I wasn't going to be okay with Prime. You know, the nice thing is, I guess what I'm trying to say is, RST will work with you.
Yeah.
If you're a good driver, you deliver your freight on time. You don't disrespect. That is the number one right here. You don't disrespect no matter what. You know, you got to give them.
Yeah, I always say once you earn your stripes over here, then you're kind of grandfathered in. And one of the main things, the 2 things that I stress the most when I'm hiring a driver or talking with a driver that's interested is, and I've told you the same thing, and I've even told you the same thing, if you accept a load and you get it there on time, you're never going to have a problem with this company.
And if you can't get it there on time, there's communication, guys.
Yes.
You got to communicate.
Yes, you have to.
If you're broke down on the side of the road, obviously you could be late.
Yeah.
You got to let them know. If
traffic, weather, whatever. You know, that's not your fault, obviously. But if you sleep in, or or something of that nature where you screwed up, you know, even that can be forgiven as long as you communicate, hey man, I screwed up. It's, you know, if you own, you know, that's, but like he said, we're not that type of company where we're going to, you know, hold it over your head like, you know, like a meat cleaver. Oh my God, as long as you have communication.
Well, RST, the only thing that they have to sell is service. And if they want Prime to be a part of RST, then we as drivers have to prove to them we're the best, we're the cream of the crop, and that we can always be on time, because that's the only thing that RST has got to sell, you know. So, you know.
So in a nutshell, if you had to rank our company from 1 to 10 versus all the rest of them that you've worked for in your 27 years out here on the road, how would you rank it?
8.5.
That's fair.
That's fair. I
Now,
can't,
with that being said, what are some of the negatives? You said there's ups and downs.
sometimes it's hard to communicate. I'm just saying, sometimes it's hard to get anybody.
Okay.
There, not so much with RST. And I'm sure you experienced this, and I'm probably
So I'm
putting
trying to get a dispatcher on the phone.
Prime under the bus. I'm probably, but it's true.
Sometimes it is.
There
yeah.
was a whole weekend for 6 hours. I couldn't get nobody on the phone, nor could I get anybody to answer any text. I was hooked to a trailer. I was trying to get a blue beacon wash. They had to let me leave without paying because I couldn't get a hold of nobody. When I got to the customer to go pick up my load, my trailer's not attached to me.
Yeah.
So I called Chris. I said, Chris, he answered. He really did. And I do believe it was a Friday. I said, Chris, I got a problem. I said, I can't get nobody at Prime to answer. I guess he thought well, you maybe got a call. I said, this is going on for 6 hours now.
Yeah, I think that was when the system went down. So
No.
that wasn't at that time?
There's a second brand new dispatcher on that is because the other guy I think quit.
I don't know.
But he was not there. Matter of fact, Prime said they apologized to me because I don't know if it was Chris or who, but said we had a driver. How many drivers here at RST was trying to get a hold of Prime that day? 6 hours.
Yeah, well.
So
I've seen it where the fuel card system, ComData, has gone down. I've seen it where the phones have gone down, especially with all the COVID stuff. People working remotely from home and having to patch their phones in remotely. But yes, usually it's...
Yeah, I mean, even if they're busy and they can't answer, you can always write, because Prime has got an app on the phone. Mm-hmm. So you can still write them a message and just kick back, relax for a few minutes. But that day, nobody. That was one of, and that's not even an RST pit peeve. That was a Prime situation.
But it wasn't like an ongoing thing.
No, it was just that one day. It was that one day. I truly felt like, because a driver can't assign that trailer to himself, he's got to have them do it.
Yeah.
No, so I couldn't.
Can't get fuel, can't get a wash, can't do nothing.
That was another problem. Now, we had less than a quarter of a tank of fuel. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get fuel for that. So I had to literally turn down the load because I can't go in there with a half of a quarter. That's an eighth of a tank. And go in there and pick up a load. I can't do it. I don't trust picking that up without the reefer going out.
I had the same problem the other day, and if anybody ever has this problem, if you're pulling Prime freight and they don't switch over your trailer number, now if they don't do that and you don't get that message on your app, and you still have your old trailer, you have the new trailer attached to you physically, but in the system it's still the old trailer.
You can use the old trailer.
Just use the old trailer number and trip number.
But my problem was I just came off home time.
Oh.
So I had no trips.
I gotcha.
Everything that was history was gone. So I didn't even have that. So
I feel you.
I told Chris, I said, I can't go pick up that load. I won't. I can't because I can't fuel up the reefer. And somebody said, why didn't you use your own money? I think Chris said it the best yesterday in a thing. He says, it's not my circus, it ain't my puppy. So we're not going to worry about it. I heard Chris say that yesterday. Yeah. So I said, no. And then later, why didn't you go get that load? Where was you guys at? And Chris backed me up 100%. He backed me up 100%.
Well, that I know that the owner of our company will do that. He will go, like, if you have a legitimate gripe or a legitimate problem, even if it's not completely legitimate, he stands behind us 110%.
He does.
Yeah.
But I said 8.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably my second biggest pet peeve here, working for RST, is trying to get somewhere to get the paperwork.
What do you mean?
I ran out of everything. I didn't have no trip sheets. I had no checks, I had no nothing. And I know you guys are saying, well, Jukebox, why didn't you pick any
Yeah,
up?
stock up, yeah.
I don't go to them yards. I don't go to the last time I've been to a Springfield yard was 4 months ago.
Yeah, in Trucker Jukebox's defense, when we haul prime freight, for instance, they have the standard trip sheet, and sometimes we got to pay lumpers with the comp check, what have you. And RST drivers don't often go to the yards. We don't have to. It's not required for us to go to a yard. So when you run out, you run out.
And you are out. So,
but
you know what saved me? I saw another RST truck.
And you got a couple.
I walked up to him and I said, listen, I work for RST, and I'm in a situation. I don't have no trip sheets. I have nothing. Boy, that man was nice. He gave me a book of trip sheets. He gave me some contracts, and he gave me something else. And and that's the nice thing about working here. Like I said, we're a family net. So by him helping me out like that, because payroll at Prime was saying, I need them bills. I have no way of sending them to you. We need to, okay, take a picture of the bills. Here, where's trip sheet? I have no trip sheets.
Well, worst case scenario.
But here's the bills.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, like what I did was I always kept a picture in my phone
of your trip
sheet.
sheet.
That way,
I do
if
that.
That way, if I have to go to truck stop and fax a picture of and then have them print me off a couple, and then make sure I go through a yard. But I know his pain. When you run out of trip sheets,
you're done. But he's right, because now I have one trip sheet that's immaculate. I won't use it because if I got to go in and get 25 of them rascals made, I'm going to do.
But anyway, so you heard it first from Mr. Trucker Jukebox. Now, I get a lot of questions on my videos about where this gentleman is. Okay. Hey, where's Larry? Where's Jukebox at? Well, where's he been? How's he doing? And I always tell you guys, he's focusing. You know what? No, I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to let the man himself tell you exactly where you can find him directly. Take it away.
All right. Trucker Jukebox is now Trucker Jukebox Radio Network. It is an INC. I have a company that I'm running. I'm in the process of right now with the bank. I told Chris about this yesterday. I am trying to buy a 98.9 FM out of Ohio. It's a radio station. It's an FM station. Come 22, we should be on XM radio. The Trucker Jukebox Radio Network should be on XM radio.
Right now, where is it though?
Well, let me get to that. He's like my mother.
Oh, you're doing a build-up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me do this now. Could you get me sidetracked now? So, and then we're going to end up transferring. The XM radio is going to come in. They're going to help me build a soundproof studio. 21 and 22, I'm not going to travel when I retire. I'm not going to do that. But this year and next year, 22, 23 of June.
Of 22?
No, I want to say, no, this year and next year until 23 of June of 20th.
Yes.
I'm done. I'm demoting because I can't do both. I can't do that and this at the same time. But right now, you can find us on Spreaker Radio. We also have a website, www.truckerjukeboxradionetwork.com. And you can go in there, you can go to Spreaker Radio, listen to any show. Right now we are on 1260 AM, KPOW 1260 AM out of Powell, Wyoming, every Sunday morning, 7:05 to 8. And we're also Saturday and Sunday, we're on 103.9 FM Gilsdorf. They play us in Europe. They love us over there. I get comments all the time. They love us over there.
Somebody on my YouTube actually commented from over there and said,
Yep.
hey, yeah, I know where Larry's at. Larry's on the radio over here.
Yep. And so we're over there doing that. We do Monday through Friday Coffee with Jukebox. And that's an hour show. And how that's designed is I take my 10, and before my 10 is over, as it is, I got me a hot cup of coffee in front of me. I'm waking up and I'm doing my Coffee with Jukebox. And then Saturday we do our Sunday Classic. Somebody said, why do you do a Sunday Classic on Saturday? So 103.9 FM gets it by Sunday morning.
Yeah, so it's live on Spreaker on Saturday evening.
Yes.
And then broadcasted on Sunday morning?
7 a.m.
Yes,
our time, Eastern time, on 103.9 FM Gilsdorf, and a replay at 3 p.m. On 103.9 FM. And you can also go to our website. I have 103.9 actually on our website, so you can click on it and you can listen to it. And they love us over there. I get comments all the time, can you come to Europe? We want to meet you and all this.
You never know, that might happen. You never
Well, there's
know.
a 6-month wait on
Travel?
passports.
Yeah.
Because of this corona.
Yeah.
And besides, with this still going on, I don't know but that's where I'm at, folks.
That's where you can find them.
And on our website, we have Instagram. If you still like to see Jake and Panda, Instagram, guys. That's where I'm at, Instagram. And
what's your Instagram name?
It's Trucker Jukebox Radio Network.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, and we do actually have a YouTube channel that a lot of folks don't know about.
Hey, I don't...
Trucker Jukebox Radio Network YouTube.
I didn't know about that.
And we got behind the scenes when Mike was doing his radio show.
Out on me over here.
I was at the beach. So we do have but it's not real big, and I don't want it to be big.
Uh-oh.
I am not into the negativity. If you guys really want to know why I left YouTube, it's not okay, there's more good than there is bad, but my mother's still alive, and I don't want her seeing somebody. We had one comment that said, you know what, you smoke and you eat wrong, I hope you get cancer and die.
Yeah, well, people are vicious, bro.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Trucker Jukebox ain't got time for them
People
that
are,
kind of vicious.
Especially in this day and age, we call it, what do we call it? The keyboard warrior, the person that hides behind the keyboard, and it's a shame because I know exactly how you feel. I can totally relate, and there's been days where I just wanted to hang it up too because it's just, it hurts.
Well, you gotta have a broad shoulder, and I don't have one of them.
Oh, you got a broad shoulder.
But
anyway, yeah, I totally agree with you, dude, and I respect your decision. And then on top of it, you don't have the time for YouTube anymore. This guy puts in time for this radio network stuff. He puts in time.
7 hours a week.
We tell people, hey, being a YouTuber is hard, with camera gear, editing, yada, yada, yada. With radio, it's a whole other animal. It's time. Because, he doesn't just do talk radio, he does music. So he's got to play the music on top of it, and then I'll do a whole set,
And we are also ASCAP licensed.
Yeah,
Trucker Jukebox Radio Network is ASCAP, so we pay the royalties or the whoever owns the copyright.
Right.
88 to 92 cents every time I play a song.
Yeah. But anyway, look, guys, that's his take on RST. We're going to be doing another interview next with my buddy Andy on different topics about RST, but the purpose of this video is to kind of showcase his success, his experience so far being here.
Let me say this real quick, and I'll be quiet. We ain't blowing smoke up your ass.
Whoa.
There's a whole lot of companies out there that will tell you something to get you inside their doors. They're trained to do that. They have to do that. That's how they get you inside. The truth is, we're not going to put any sugar on what we're saying. If you like to make good money, you don't like to be pestered, you want to feel like an owner-operator, and you want to drive good equipment, this is the place to come, RST. If you don't want any of that, then you go to JB Hunt, or you go to any other company. But the truth is the truth, you're going to be treated very well here.
There's no cue cards, by the way. That's coming straight out of his mouth.
And I'm not going to lie to you guys about that shit. I only had 7 jobs in my 27 years. I think this will be my retirement job.
I hope so. Well, anyway, you guys heard it first. Trucker Jukebox with the Trucker Jukebox Radio Network on Spreaker Radio. That's where you can find him. That's where you can hear the radio station. Also on his website, truckerjukeboxradionetwork.com. Go check him out. That's what... Son of a bitch. Thanks for watching. Comment below. We'll see you next time.
Good coffee.
We're out of here.